League Poverty History took to the streets of the Valley Mall in the Brisbane Electorate to ask voters their thoughts about Australia's contribution to the overseas aid budget.
I guess it's not really, fair to the people that it's supposed to go to.
There's a lot of poverty out there as well. Australia needs to put in what they can.
Well, I think it's a bit slack, to be honest. I think that if you make a promise to your country, that you should keep that promise and, give the amount that you promised.
It makes it quite difficult to create any positive effects on a global level from the more affluent countries, which we are.
It's the wrong priority when you don't care for your people in need and people who are vulnerable.
What difference do you think it would make to the lives of the world's poorest people if Australia increased its aid commitments?
Nations and underdeveloped nations like in some African countries where people don't get their basic needs like food and water, I think it makes a hell lot of difference.
I think it would give them hope and more opportunities, because right now they're born into poverty and they don't have much opportunity to get above that.
To support people in their own country, to contribute to infrastructure, then we wouldn't have such a problem about running scared about how many people are trying to break into our shore.
Yeah, they could probably have a lot more resources to help them, yeah.
Oh, it'd make a big difference, just every dollar counts, every 70 cents you said counts, and yeah, if we were to be able to give that of every $100 that was promised, it'd make a big difference in everyone's lives.
It's more about showing that a system like the United Nations and large national forces coming together to create change can work. You look at a federal government or a state government, they're able to create massive buildings or large infrastructure at a drop of a hat by utilising tax money so easily, and it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, just on an international level.
And what's your message to government about what it should be doing in relation to our overseas aid commitments?
I think it should contribute more and reflect more what the Australian people want when contributing as a government and as a country towards the underprivileged people.
I don't understand why you haven't prioritised a mere 70 cents in $100 over whatever road infrastructure or that you do feel that we have to have, because the value of human life far exceeds the value of corporations or a certain level of comfort that you think the Australian needs. I don't think it will detract from that comfort, but it will save so many other people's lives that I think it's really important to really prioritise giving that small amount.
Pick up their act. Yeah, we're a very powerful country, and we should be able to complete this little promise. Yeah,
it's a little beyond government, a little beyond Australia here. It's changing who we are as people.
Now that I do know, I'm far more aware of it when I'm choosing the next government.